Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 274. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Ben Barris, Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Hey guys.
Howdy. Hello.
Matt.
Ugh.
Who the hell? Who's that? How you doing over there?
A lot better than I was about 4 days ago.
Yeah, you were on an upswing and then
shit.
Hammer Thor came down.
Yeah,
Buried
tonsillitis.
Was it tonsillitis?
Ended up the second doctor visit. Yeah, on Wednesday.
Did you get him out?
No.
You gonna?
No. I've never had like a strep tonsillitis like issue growing up. I've had I think strep maybe like twice, maybe 3 times in my whole life.
Might be the time.
Ah.
It's a good gig, dude. You get to hang out and play Gran Turismo 5. At least that's what I did.
Nah.
That sounds fun.
4.
My throat
5?
feels completely fine now. Like I just have like a little cough left because I'm still like hacking up some like not just like it's like a nasal drip, but nothing like green or dark brown or anything like that anymore.
Now, did the vaping help or not help your condition?
No, I did not vape. However, I was fucking drowning in soup. It was the best week when it came to eating.
Speaking of best weeks, how was getting started with Final Fantasy 13-3 Lightning Returns?
Well, that requires having the game, which I don't have. I will say I had 13 at one point because
it's a good
famously have said that, you know, I've at least tried 13, and when I realized the whole game is just a straight fucking hold in the left stick up and go, I stopped playing it, and then I think I traded it in for a whopping 10 cents. That was well worth it.
Oh, you're insane. I would have paid 20 just for the box art.
I wish I would have known you. I've been fucking.
Same?
So I bought it for 10. So.
Oh my god.
It's like property. It went up in values all of a sudden. Fucking terrible game.
Classic. True classic.
That game sucks.
I've never played it. I don't fucking know.
13?
Yeah, no.
I thought you did.
No, I played Lightning Returns 13-3, but not 13.
He won't play 13 too, though.
It's not that I won't play any of them. I just haven't. I did hear that 13 original
is bad. 13,
just, yeah.
You run straight for what I've heard is like 50 hours before the game opens up, and then
I heard the combat gets really good, but I don't have that kind of time anymore.
The combat, it's an auto battle thing. It's not even good.
Oh well.
Like you can I will sit here and say like yes, Final Fantasy X for a good decent chunk of it. Yes, you're running straight as well. However, at least the combat system, even though it was straightforward turn-based, it was a combat system. I still had to think about my next moves. Oh, 13 was bad. But the soup was good.
What kind of soup did you eat?
Chicken noodle.
But you were
Mostly
sick,
a
right?
lot of chicken noodle.
You were sick, which is when soup is appropriate.
But I was like drowning in soup. It was great.
What do you mean drowning? Did you take a bath in it?
I wanted to.
I would. I fucking would.
Beef
broth. Just letting it stew.
Beef.
Mm-mm. No. Get yourself a chili, you know?
I had chili. Chili's dope.
Chili's dope. And also not a soup.
It's just soup.
Eat it instead.
Chili. Soup's better.
Ben, did you do any not soup things this week?
This week? Oh, I went to a death metal concert.
Word?
And then I joined... I
Anyone
talked about
we
that
know?
death metal band, too. There's a band called Suffocation. It's exactly what you would imagine. It's the singer's farewell tour because he's leaving the band or something. So I went there. I met up with a bunch of
Wait, you say singer? Is he actually like singing?
Vocalist.
There it is.
That's the appropriate term.
They're death metal. He just got a voice like Freddie Mercury.
Well, it was cool because I went there and I met up with a bunch of bandmates in this new band I joined. Plus, I met up with a bunch of old friends that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And then the one band playing their Visceral Disgorge, they're actually local and they're pretty fucking awesome. They're a branch of death metal. It's called Slam.
Slam?
Because it's just...
I've heard
that's
some
what
different branches before, but what is slam?
It's just...
It's like a poetry slam thing?
No.
You get up there and it was like...
No, absolutely not. It's just,
but in stanzas?
it's hard to explain.
I want to see James Hetfield doing slam poetry. It'd be really good. If he just got up and recited Enter Sandman from beginning to end with no backing, but did it...
Oh my god, it would be a 2-minute recital. It's so weird to think that
Christ.
song could only be 2 minutes
A lot
long.
of the songs are only a couple minutes. So.
Here's the better part. My brain is so fucking stupid that I'm sitting here trying to play out him reading out Enter Sandman in my head at a fucking coffee shop, and all I hear is, "Dead I am the one dermot." Not even fucking Enter Sandman.
So now it's more think of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's death metal, but with a lot more slams, like just.
On
like,
the drums,
like,
is everyone like
dun 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 dun, and like a lot of like it's hard. It
is everyone doing it in sync? Like, is it drums with the bass with the guitarist, or is it just like
they'll mix
drummers
it up.
constantly blast beats?
They'll
What are we
mix it up.
talking here?
I mean, just to give you they released one album called Ingesting Putridity. Force-fed shredded genitalia is their
That's the single.
intros. That's the Let me. There's just some I'm not going to say on the podcast for
People can
whatever
look it up.
reason.
Carson Daly's top 10. We get it.
Sedated and amputated. That's one of the more PG ones on the list.
Yo, the video game awards better have something good this year. I'm waiting for the next meme.
It sounds like we're getting there.
Yeah. So I mean, just if you on your
What was
spare
the name of
time,
this band?
Yeah.
Visceral Disgorge.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A Baltimore native, yeah?
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
my god,
yeah,
I popped
locals.
right up.
See, I was hanging out with the
Force-fed
guitar player
shredded.
from that band. Just yeah.
Oh,
You know
we're
what they
we're
do?
doing it. All right.
They do a lot. It's just.
Oh, I get it.
You know what I mean? It's just.
It's less slam than I...
It's just.
All right, please don't
It's great.
sue us. We have no
It's
money.
great. Don't worry. It's just pretty much that. But they also do a lot of like include.
Wow, that album art.
I can
It's
fuck.
great, but they include like obscure horror
the album?
movies.
Oh, I'm down. Oh,
Like, yeah, it's great. I was bummed because I went to go buy a shirt, and the one I wanted, it was just that album cover.
yeah.
And I was like, "You got size medium?" It's like, "Nah, we only got a small and a large." And the other shirt they had, it was a lady,
Your face trying to consider what to
a
say.
lady bound to a bed
Okay.
with stuff coming out of her genital cavities, fully nude.
And you didn't buy
Everything
it
everything from
because-
maggots to
See,
scorpions.
You could have bought that in a large
Oh my
and
God,
made it a
that's-
nice bedtime shirt.
That's the death scene in Halloween 3.
I want to be able see as much as I love that kind of stuff. I want to be able to wear these shirts.
Yeah. You could get
In
it wear it to
general.
bed.
All
All right, question.
Yeah.
Serious question.
Yes.
So take a look at their
Logo.
their band name, how it's written. I see a lot of bands with that design kind of inscribed in that way.
It's kind of a joke. Like, why do they bother doing that when you can't read it? It just looks like a bunch of tree branches.
It looks like tree branches,
Yeah.
but where did that start? Is that like
In the early 90s, a lot of death metal bands started to include their, like, the chiller font.
sure.
That was like the original
Back
like
on Duff
death
font.
metal-ish.
Yes.
And then they slowly started morphing these small branches out of the letters to the point when it's just, hey, let's try to make the most ridiculous logo that nobody can read. I'm like, well, that's pointless because, like, there have been times when I'll see album covers, like, for whatever reason, I'm like, I wish I knew how to read that. It looks cool.
Yeah. Or you think it's a different band.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, nope, never mind.
Yeah.
That's actually...
I just thought maybe he couldn't read it because he couldn't understand them anyway. So they're like,
I mean,
well,
there's
you
that,
can't,
too.
can't understand them?
I mean, I don't know if you heard, but the vocals legit, it just sounds like a garbage disposal.
I love... So I use Apple Music as my music platform. I love the fact that I scroll down and look at vocals, or lyrics, I mean.
Oh,
and
lyrics are great.
There are no lyrics. Apple Music can't comprehend. Maybe Spotify can. Maybe that's just an Apple Music thing, but my primary platform can't even give me the lyrics.
I think there's just
stuff.
something you can add, though. You can customize.
Oh. Ooh.
Or the band could, if they so chose.
start writing them every day.
Yeah. Dear band. Well,
Dear
dope.
Mr.
It was a fun concert.
Visceral, what is it?
Visceral Disgorge.
Dear
What is
Mr.
Disgorge?
You know what the thing is? Okay, because I feel like they're just starting to make up words.
Yeah. Because it sounds like Scourge and Discord combined into one word, which is fucking dope. All right, now I get why they did it. It's fucking dope.
Disgorge, according to the
That's not a word. Don't tell me it's a word.
it is one according to the Oxford Dictionary. Sorry, the new Oxford American Dictionary. The first definition, one, cause to pour out.
What?
There's those, those little bullet points when it's like cause the pour out of a building or a vehicle, eject food from the throat or mouth, yield or give up funds, especially funds that have been dishonestly acquired.
I'm gonna go for bullet 3.
Of a river empty into a sea. Here's the example sentence: the Nile disgorges into the sea at Rashid. And then the second definition: usually be disgorged. Remove the sediment from a sparkling wine after fermentation.
Wait. Did you say this one? Eject food from the throat or mouth? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was in the middle of looking it up with you and didn't hear it. That's part of the one that... So visceral... yeah, that makes sense. But how do you...
I love the wine is aged in the bottle before it is disgorged.
That's fucking dope.
Yo, has that wine been properly disgorged? Whenever someone, the next time I've never been at one, but if I go to some fucking fancy wine tasting wherever they,
If you become a sommelier, is that what
and
they
I'll
are?
be like, yo, has this wine been disgorged or what?
And then you got a pig squeal and start breaking shit. Disgorge that. And then break the wine glasses.
So, their touring van,
yeah.
it's just this white serial killer looking van.
Perfect.
And it has their logo etched on the hood.
Carved in with a fucking knife.
And it's called, I wish Mark was here, the Slambulance.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, dude.
That was like, do you remember the fucking band Eric Wareheim was in?
Yeah.
The vampire band?
Yeah.
I forget the name of
Because
it
it was
now.
before Tim and Eric, right?
Yeah. But they had a vampire band, and they would drive to shows and then not go in. They wouldn't get out of their van until the sun went down. Fuck, what was the name of that fucking band? I don't remember at all.
Wine disgorging.
I think that's right. That might have been the one. Oh, man. What a fucking time. What's that goddamn band? I'm going to find it out. Ink and Dagger.
Mike there.
That's
Fuck
the name.
yeah.
Ink and Dagger.
Man.
Well, we are off to a fucking start. Mark is not here tonight. He mentioned something about like an Isabel cosplay thing. It was something they were trying to get. They're trying to lobby to get Isabel in Smash, but obviously Isabel's in Smash. I just don't think these other people knew that. I think Mark was in attendance, in full costume to try and, celebrate with them.
All right, I'm breaking kayfabe.
What?
Breaking kayfabe.
No.
That's something Mark would actually do. At least
Fair. I feel like you may have been home excited about the lightning.
Amiibo and Final Fantasy 13. Okay. Great.
I
could have said, I don't know.
Mark
Dota.
is currently completing the raid in Destiny 2 and could not be here tonight. Is that the game I should play?
While listening to Visceral Disgorge.
Oh, man.
There he is.
I know what I'm listening to in the
There
car
he
on the
is.
way home.
There he is.
Yeah, dude. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Hey, did you guys play any video games this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ben, would you?
I played a video game. I got teabagged again 4 times in a row.
That's
Start off
the
with that
jam.
then. I've been playing
Jesus
Soul
Christ.
Calibur. Which one is it?
Jesus
5,
Christ.
6,
6.
6.
Been
playing in Teabag and Ben.
So I've been doing a lot of research
Sure,
I
as you
haven't.
do.
on teabags.
Right. You texted us some good science this week.
I dropped some Bill Nye on this fucking game.
Go ahead, share it with the listeners.
Every time been teabagged, create a soul. Create a soul character.
You've been keeping track of your spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then along the way, I'm like, no, I don't need to. Because it's all create a soul. 100%.
All right.
Never fails. Every single one. It can either be a completely customized one or like they'll take, I don't know, Nightmare.
Ivy and make her green.
Yeah, put clothes on Ivy. You know what I mean?
Check out my sweet custom character.
Like that. Man. So I'm sitting there shaking.
That's the teabagging noise.
I did play against someone that said need more cowbell, and it was just a cow with large udders. He didn't teabag me, but I did. I gave him an affirmative nod. Like, you good. I got it.
Pretty good. Man.
But I'm ready for the band hammer on all Create a Soul characters for this specific reason.
Has there been any update on that, or like comment from the developers? Or
The developers, from what I understand, have been kind of quiet. Because, I mean, there's also a lot more pressing issues. Apparently, network code is a thing.
That's probably, I'd say, maybe a little pressing.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there, like, frantically typing in the fighting game chat that I'm part of. It's like me, Akko, and a couple other friends. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what? Why did I just get teabagged again? This is like the 4th time in a row. And then I'm like, it's all Create Soul characters, blah, 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 blah. And then we're all saying, like, oh, fucking no honor. No honor in teabagging. And then, like, Akko didn't really say much. And then finally, Akko laying the truth bombs. He's like, you know what, man? They're doing it to get to your head, and it's working. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Akko always does that shit.
I know.
He always takes the other person's side.
He's right.
And he's always right.
He's right.
I know.
That's why I just had to...
Why are you guys, like, frowning upon teabagging as someone who does it? I'm all for this
because
behavior.
we are honorable human beings who don't do that and have a clean PlayStation message history.
Yo, you see me in Blackout and I kill your ass? You bet your ass my balls are going in your face.
I have seen more teabaggers in this game than I've ever seen teabagging in Counter-Strike. Any Counter-Strike. Combine all the Counter-Strikes. I've played them all. Combine them all. I have seen... Okay, there was this one server that had a customized one where you get to either pee or ejaculate.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Onto...
Why am I not playing this game?
That's a visceral Disgorge song.
10 years ago on the internet, man, it was the Wild West of Counter-Strike mods. It was the Wild West.
Damn it. I missed Counter-Strike.
I still like playing Soul Calibur, though. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. But, I mean, I'm more... serious than I am about it than Street Fighter, but I don't think I'm going to begin on, like, say, Akko's level when it's pretty much like he's going deep.
Yeah.
He's in the abyss in a good way. He's like...
He's there.
Yeah, I watched him.
He's crossed over.
You guys talked about it last week a little bit, but...
Yeah, he was on a top 8 at Xanadu, which is a local game tournament thing.
He's transcended us.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope, though.
Yeah.
That was like the first time I actually watched Soul Calibur.
Really?
And yeah, like Soul Calibur 6, that is. I should say. I like the deliberate, slow pace to that game. Because there is something about watching Dragon Ball Z or Fighters, whatever it's called. And it's... You just watch for 30 seconds and you see someone die and you're like, what the fuck happened? And then there's the beams and shit, and like I barely played it, and I kind of have a sense a little bit of what's going on, but from someone who's never seen like Marvel vs. Capcom or never played Marvel vs. Capcom and watching that, and it's like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
It's a lot.
And then like even this more straightforward as Street Fighter it's slower than that. There's not as much going on the screen, but it's still fast. I just like at least maybe it was just a slow match, or maybe that's the pace of every match. Is that all right, are you going to poke first and miss? Or it felt a lot of like, all right, who's going to be the first asshole to miss, and I'm going to take advantage of you for about a third to a half of your health. I kind of like a fighting game that has, I mean, they all have strategy, but I feel like that like don't be the first to mess up strategy. I like that approach more than the I can combo your ass to the ground if I hit my combo first.
See, I agree with you 100%. It's probably one of the reasons why I love Soul Calibur so much. Like Street Fighter, I hate comparing it to Street Fighter, but that's the only other fighting game that I ever played to this level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're right. Soul Calibur, it's not all about linking combos. There are combos.
Yeah.
There's like 8 to 10 hit whatever, but they're nowhere near as crucial as, say, as Matt said, finding that hole. Like, my favorite thing to do is, like, I'll play against someone online, and I have this thing I do with Yoshimitsu. He does his sword spin thing when he just spins around in a circle.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but when I'm done doing that, I go for a grab. And there's times when I'll play against someone, and I'll that's probably one of the first things I do. It's like, I have like a set of things in the back of my head, like, okay, I'm gonna try this, and if this works, I pretty much have the round. So like once I nail like that part, like I was just saying, and they fall for it like the first 2 or 3 times, I'm like, there's a 90% chance I'm gonna win because I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then I love finding little maneuvers, kind of moves like that. Well, I felt like it was a lot more crucial in this game than, say, Street Fighter. And not having to worry about the combos and stuff. So I think that's why I generally lean more towards this game than any other fighting game I've played in the past.
I played a little bit of some game. Let's just say some fighting games. Just say that much. And yeah, had a similar kind of breakthrough of that where Mark was showing me some stuff. And it was like, yeah, you don't need to worry about the combos. Like, as long as you know how to kind of do this and whatever. I also learned a lot more about charge. I'm learning some stuff. But yeah, it's a different experience than, like, memorize these 3 strings. Like, you kind of, every way I've ever learned a fighting game before, it was like, okay, this 3-button combo gets you this result. This one gets you this. This one gets you that. Now, string those first 2 together. Then string all 3 together. Then keep doing that. But you're never really learning that defensive side. Like, what happens if someone gets into you and, like, blocking it or getting out of it? How do you combo breaker? Yeah. I still need to play Soul Calibur 6.
See, Soul Calibur has the guard break, which is kind of like a combo breaker.
Is it like do you have to, like, perfect shield in order to break, or what's
That's that rock, paper, scissors mechanic.
Oh,
right?
no. There's that, too.
Well, all right. I would say it in quotes, rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Everybody calls it RPSN. No one, I don't even know the official name for it. I just say rock, paper, scissors.
Right, that's a new one.
The Soul Calibur, they have a guard break. It's you hold guard and then you move forward. And what happens is, like, say someone's landing like a 3-hit combo, like just going AAA. If you pull off the guard break at the same time the opponent's weapon hits you, it like stuns them and it breaks that combo. So in a way, it's like a small combo break.
And you have to do it. You have to match.
You have to time it
A.
exactly.
Like if they're doing A, you have to match A.
No, not with their A. It's
Okay.
when
their animation.
it's because they can hit A and then it takes those frames for it.
I just mean like in
Killer
Killer Instinct. Like if they're hitting medium, you need to hit medium as
Oh,
well.
no.
Okay.
You don't need to do that. It's just guard and forward, pretty much.
Okay.
And then, so like say they're going for a horizontal attack. A very common thing for almost all Soul Calibur characters, they have like the 3 AAA attack. And it's just a 3-string easy thing. If you block the first, what I do is like I'll block the first 2, and usually the third, it's like a slower charged attack. That's so much easier to guard break that. So that's why like a lot of the pro players, they'll avoid the 3-string. Like, they'll just do AA instead of AAA for that reason, because AA it's quick.
Yeah,
but like
still get in a couple.
if you're experiencing the game and you see that third one come, you can just guard break it, and that just throws off their like timing and like method completely. It's fun.
Sorry, don't know what's happening there.
Some kind of Disgorge going on.
Got a little bit of vanilla Coke Disgorge going on.
Dude, that sounds dope.
There he is.
Fuck yeah. I'm glad you're still playing it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's still going.
Yeah, NEC's coming up December. I think it starts December 14th.
Yeah, you're there. Where's that at? Hampshire?
Philly?
Oh.
Like right
What'd
outside
you say?
of Philly?
I just missed that.
NEC?
Oh, okay.
Winter Brawl.
NEC. Okay, got it.
Formerly
got
known
it.
as Winter Brawl. Right?
I think
Or it is, or it's not.
last time I
got
checked,
it.
Winter
It's a
Brawl is
tournament.
still a thing, but they're focusing more on anime and 3D fighters. Like, I don't think it's going to include Street Fighter, and I don't know.
Is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite going to be there?
It actually is.
Oh.
Dude, I almost bought that game the other week.
Why? God damn it.
Listen.
That game is good. That game is good. I don't believe it deserved what it got. It came out at a bad time, and Capcom could have done so much more to it to revive it, but they didn't.
I was going to buy it because I have $10 in Bing money sitting in my Microsoft account.
Yeah, I have $5 that they just gave me randomly. I'm not spending on shit.
I need to spend it before the 25th. So I was looking through, and that game was on sale for like $10, and I was like, But instead I bought Lightning Returns, so I could gift it to Matt. I'm just kidding. I didn't spend it yet. I do
burn that part of the hard drive permanently.
In addition to the need for your wasabi stories and others, if you have game recommendations for $10 or less on the Xbox store, or maybe not even, like I'm willing to pitch in some of my own. I just gotta use a ship for it, use it or lose it, and I binged hard for that. I binged real hard for that $10.
I hope you lose it.
No, I'll use it. I'll buy fucking Symphony of the Night if I have to. I don't give a shit.
On Xbox?
Yeah.
They have it on Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the 360.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that it matters. It's fucking...
Yeah, but that includes the OG voice acting, right?
The good voice acting is what you mean. Yes.
The
unlike,
OG.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the original one, right?
Unlike that bastardized PlayStation 4 version.
Dude, I'm still gonna buy the PS4 version. I'm not gonna play Symphony of the Night. I already played it. I already beat it. I'll let it ride. I'm gonna do it for Dracula X.
Even Rondo is not the same.
Is the soundtrack still the same as the?
Yeah, the only thing that's different with Rondo is the opening cutscene.
Oh, I'm gonna skip it.
I'll skip it.
I'll skip it.
Skip it.
Start.
Well, you mean options?
It's not even that. It's like one tiny
yeah.
little detail. There's like a German artist who did the original thing who's like way too famous. Or it's a voice actor. Some shit like that. I don't remember. Anyway, there's that. Anything else besides Soul Calibur 6?
I got a funny Pokemon Go story.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll talk about another Pokemon game that just came out a couple days ago.
Perhaps.
I'm a filthy casual to Pokemon, and I'm willing to accept it.
That's fine.
I don't think I can go back to turn-based Pokemon.
What are you getting at?
Like RPG Pokemon. I don't know if I can go back.
Really?
What, called a Go?
I love
Pokemon.
I love Pokemon Go.
Jesus Christ, man.
I don't care. I'm a filthy casual, dude. I
what
don't
do you
care.
like? What do you like about Go so much?
It's fun. It's quick.
Yeah.
I don't have to RPG.
Yeah.
As much as I love RPGs, I would probably like Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 2 is one of the best Final Fantasies. OG 2. I'm not talking about 2-4.
Okay, Final Fantasy. Yes, Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah, but that's
that's
like the bastard child of Final Fantasy games before 13.
So why? Wait, I'm with you. Why? What do you like about what's the thing about Go that's keeping you? Why do you still play the game as much as you do?
It's
because I ebb and flow.
I feel like this is what Pokemon should have been before.
Huh.
Because of how quick it is.
Are you in it for the catching? Or are you in it?
All the above.
Oh.
All the above. There's times when like me and Faith, we went to dinner yesterday up in Hunt Valley, and that's just like that town center where like Green Turtle is and whatnot. And Walgreens, not Walgreens, Wegmans.
Yeah. And
we had to wait like an hour to eat, so we were just like, let's just go fucking walk around and catch Pokemon. I'm like, down.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. Drank coffee and caught Pokemon. Fuck. One of the best gaming experiences I've had this year so far. Just thinking about it, so many times just been playing Pokemon Go.
No, I will leave
meeting up with friends.
Yeah.
Catching Pokemans.
Yeah.
It's fun. And I can't say I would have done the same on Pokemon X.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You can't.
And I hate playing games on my phone, but I love playing Pokemon Go.
Oh, man.
So I was at this death metal concert, and
Fortnite's my favorite.
All right. And I'm sitting there with the guitar player in this new band I'm in, and Autobar is where the concert was. It's a gym.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, spinning and battling at a death metal concert.
I love that a lot.
So the guitar player looks at me and he goes, "Hey, man, are you playing Pokemon?"
Hell yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I love it. And he's like, Pokemon Catch, right? And at the end, I'm like, yeah, whatever. He's like, my son plays that. And I was like, dude, man, how old's your son? He's like, 8. I'm gonna go take a piss. That's what, and I just left and cried. I love it, dude.
It's still really good. But I need more Pokemon. I got nothing to fucking do. That's my problem.
See, you've been playing it for a while now.
Yeah.
Right? I played it when it came out and then stopped.
Matt just deleted it from his phone.
I forgot I had it on there.
Violent.
Jesus.
Violent.
I hadn't touched it.
I'm actually terrified right now because Matt was saying he has so much beef with us. And I am terrified.
Yeah, because you guys have been saying
I
dumb
am
shit on
terrified.
the podcast.
I am terrified.
Like what?
Last week, you said we played the Destiny 2 raid, which is a fact. We did. And we had a blast. A fucking blast.
Yes.
You made a wrong statement, though, in the middle of that topic when you said the raid was good. Because the raid was terrible. The raid is bad. That is a bad
Did I say
mission.
the raid was good?
Yes, you said the
I thought I
raid
said it was
good.
fine. It was whatever.
Fine and whatever is still better than bad.
I didn't think it was particularly bad.
My thing is, we went in with people that had played it
Yes.
and somewhat remembered it.
Yeah.
For the most part, they remembered it. A couple details.
Until Joe
but
got drunk.
even Joe drunk was like, he still knew it. He knew more than I did, obviously.
True.
But how the fuck are you supposed to figure that out going in blind? And what's the fun in that?
Well, that's why you and I never played it, because the first experience we had, or exposure we had to it, was seeing the folks at Giant Bomb attempt it, and it took them 9 hours straight to not get anywhere in it, and then they had to come to work a second day and try it all over again and figure it. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to fucking do this, because I don't have that kind of fucking time.
Yeah, like...
I don't know how you're supposed to figure that out. I guess the idea is that the greater community would figure that shit out, and then... Yeah.
I mean, like, part of the appeal of playing a game is, like, not knowing what to do, but the accomplishment of figuring it out. But there are just some things in there where he's like, how the fuck are you supposed to figure that out? Like, how the fuck are you supposed to know, all right, axe middle, and the two guys, like, oh, you got to shoot the fucking arrows, the one he's not calling, the other ones to eliminate the... Like, how do you just figure all that out?
Trial and error.
But without just getting frustrated time and time again. Like, the dogs thing... Had we not known what to do, I would have thrown the controller and quit.
One, you're not very patient. We know that.
Fair.
Two,
You can't tell me any part of that dogs thing was redeeming.
the dogs thing, if I were by myself and didn't have to rely on other people, would have been frustrating but fine. The fact that we were relying on other people where, like, everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing and oops. Like, because I know there were a couple times where I misstepped and I was like, oh, I just fucked us. God damn it. And that sucks, having to rely on other people in a very specific mission like that. But anyway.
And then we never beat the final boss. We got
True.
to the throne room, though.
Yeah.
The shit that is going... How the fuck are you supposed to know that 3 people have to stay out, 3 people have to stay in, but those 3 people are seeing different imagery? There is no way besides winning a wiki. Or playing it for 24 hours.
Yeah, no, it'd be try. And that's what I assume is maybe that's what was intended. The first raid group, or the first fire team through it, had to fucking do it and then put it all up.
There's just no way.
I have no clue what's going on.
The raid has very, very esoteric guidelines and rules for completion, and there's no obvious way, unless I don't know. But
I didn't see anything pop up. Like, nothing.
Nothing tells you what to do. You do have to figure it out. But I don't know if maybe if I were tuned into it a little bit differently, that maybe my mind would have been thinking, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes when you're kind of in something, you're like more attuned to the weird shit they want to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're in some.
Yeah, dude. Disgorge.
Like, I feel like the first thing with the going back and forth and kind of tagging each other out with, like, the immunity thing, like,
Yeah.
I feel like that one, after about 4 hours, I would think I would have gotten it.
Yeah.
But everything else, like, with the dogs and knowing where the plants are and knowing you have to call them out specifically, and there's...
If we were all equally as patient and going into it completely cold, I imagine, maybe not for that raid, but maybe this new raid, maybe they've made a better raid, but I imagine, or have to assume, that what would be really dope is collectively figuring that shit out, though. If you had the patience, right? Because obviously you would need to be patient and you need to commit time. But can you imagine that feeling, that gratification of just like, what are we supposed to do here? And you're all kind of working together, trying stupid shit, just seeing what works. That kind of collaboration could be kind of cool. This one, I don't know if it's there. I don't know, because we're never going to have that experience the way that it was originally intended, but I love the experience that we did have. Stupid or not.
I'll blow my brains out.
What other facts did we get? Maybe not. I wouldn't say wrong. I'd say we're fine.
And then I continued to play No More Destiny after that. So
yeah, I've not touched it since the raid. I want to get back in. It's just been a busy
no
week.
inclination at all.
Jesus.
And then I started playing another game, a game called Tetris Effects.
Yes.
And then Ben, you said that Tetris is a bad game, and I don't know how the fuck you think Tetris is a bad game.
Yes.
Tetris fucking sucks, man.
Tetris is one of the best games ever. And the fact
have you ever played Mean Bean Machine though?
I don't care if Mean Bean Machine is the best fucking game ever. That doesn't make Tetris bad.
Okay, Tetris, I know it's not the definition of a bad game.
It is the greatest game ever made. Period.
I don't know if it's the greatest. Like, there's an argument for it. There is an argument for it.
If we made the free cheese definitive, I think I smell
Here
something.
Here we go. This is how the Great Civil War started.
There already is one.
The soup war.
So fuck
the
soup.
soup and hentai wars.
There's so many great free cheese eras. The soup and hentai eras.
We're really zooming through them too.
Well, that's we kind of just go back and forth. We leave the soup era, we enter the hentai era.
There's no war on hentai. It's just dope. There's no war.
But we can mark these as the hentai times. So you've not been tagged in it. I know that you're not, because I know that you're not. But on Twitter, have you seen the eruption of... We've been at it in the last week, Ben and I, and it's fucking Mark's fault because Mark keeps stirring shit up with us.
I haven't dived deep into this, but I know something's going on when my girlfriend, I'm saying, she's asked me what I'm doing. Oh, I'm trying out this new Tetris game. She's like, what's going on with the new Tetris game? I'm like, how do you know there's a new Tetris game, first of all? Yeah. And she's like, oh, Ben's saying that Tetris sucks, and Joe's saying I'm triggered on Twitter, and they're going back and forth. I'm like, I don't even want to start. Ben
and I are throwing shit at each other through tweets. Oh, man. The great hentai war of 2018. How do you like Tetris Effect?
Tetris Effects, it's so good.
Yes!
I'm glad you said it last week, because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, how can I position this as a game of the year? It's fucking Tetris. And then you said it last week, and you're like, maybe there is a legitimate shot at game of the year.
Yo, it jumped right to the top of my list. Like, right to the top.
I'm sitting there playing, and I'm like, this beautiful.
It is so fucking, like...
Beautiful is the word to use. The music...
You play with headphones?
Most of it.
Yeah.
I was sick towards the last third of it, so like the pressure from the headphones was fucking me all up.
Yeah.
But I will play in the dark though.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, I like especially games that like lean into like the dubsteppiness a little bit, and I like how Tetris like leaned into it but never went fully there.
Yeah.
And then even like the weird like, or what I would consider weird like music, like the way like you tab the tile or flip it, and it's like
yep. You're talking about the flower level?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like in the first state.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
It is
so
incredible.
Good.
I never thought I would be so in love with Tetris again besides the first time I played it.
Yes. It is a transformative experience. Like
Really the only argument against it being game of the year in my opinion is it's Tetris. There's nothing different. It's just a cool background.
No, it's so much more than that.
I know.
Because it's the full effect. It's the fucking Tetris effect. God damn it. It's so good, dude. December's... Oh, fuck. Yes. God, Tetris.
I saw you went balls down, went expert, I don't consider myself that good at Tetris.
Yeah, I need to scale back because it got butt fucked.
I ended up going through the whole journey in normal.
Oh shit! See, I need to turn off expert because I just keep not.
Yeah, because there's some like the back half of the journey normal. I was like, how the fuck is Joe playing on expert?
I'm not.
And then I looked and I was like, oh, he's not where I'm at yet.
No, expert is something. I had barely any time this week to play video games.
Video games.
But the few times I kind of jumped into stuff, I was itching for Tetris a whole lot this week, but I couldn't play it as much as I wanted to. But my Switch is portable. I could take it places.
Yeah, because this is a PS4.
Right, this is PS4 and VR.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation VR specific. It's only on PlayStation.
I kind of want a VR now.
I'm buying one on Friday. Well,
all right.
Mark talked me out of it.
Oh yeah, Black Friday.
But I almost pulled the trigger on it the other night. I was literally on Amazon. There's one for
This is just Tetris with fireworks.
I'm gonna.
No, it's not. It's one is Tetris. It's beautiful. That's the best word to describe
Tetris with neon lights and fireworks.
It's not just neon lights and fireworks.
Don't.
You'll play the first stage and realize it's not fireworks real quick.
Oh, sorry, stars.
Not stars either. Try again.
Dolphins, motherfucker.
Tetris blocks.
Anyway,
glow in the dark Tetris blocks.
I did end up, because I could grab my Switch, I jumped back into Luminous Remastered. After our great conversation about Lumines. I'm not laughing at your mispronunciation.
No.
I'm laughing at the image of who Lumines is. Because he's just some fucking dude.
Everybody's got a Lumines, man.
Oh my God.
I legit thought it was Lumines the whole time.
I saw the title last week, and I was like, who the fuck's Lumines? What story did we start off the podcast with this time?
It's fucking cool. Anyway, but I played more Luminous Remastered, and that's a goddamn good game, too.
I never played Luminous. I should
buy it on Switch.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I might also say
Vita?
Yeah, get Luminous Electronic Symphony on Vita. If you're looking for a Luminous, I think either the remastered version or the one on Vita's the way to go.
The one on Vita, I can use my AirPods.
Correct.
That's dope.
That
also would mean I have to dust off my Vita and charge it.
Yeah. But yeah, the Luminous, it's really, and because I just wanted more of that kind of journey effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where you're going through different stages, and it's really good. The thing I miss playing Luminous Remastered that was in Electronic Symphony and is also in Tetris Effect is that global thing where you're all contributing to a greater score.
Mm-hmm. And I like that there's the little fucking Wii Fit trainer that's like, this is calm, this is normal, this is tough. Yeah.
Did you
I didn't fuck around with that too much. I mainly focus on the journey, and after the journey, I haven't touched it a lot since. But
I want to finish the journey.
Every once in a while, I'm like, time for a marathon. And what background? This one today.
Did you see the one background?
I mean, I think I've seen all of them at this point. I don't remember.
How old is this game?
A week. Which one are you talking about?
I'm seeing like PS2.
What are you talking about? Tetris Effect?
No, Luminous.
Luminous? Oh. Yeah. PSP is where it debuted, and then it was out on everything back then.
I just didn't know it was that old of a game. Sorry.
And then the remastered version is the original one from PSP, but brought forward. Did you see the Game Boy one?
No, I meant no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw it on fucking Twitter because I've been following a bunch of Tetris shit on Twitter.
I gotta keep playing now.
Yo, it's either when you hit level 50.
Oh fuck, the actual meta level. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. I forgot about all.
There's some shit. There's some shit, man.
Dude, I gotta keep playing.
I know. Fucking good. Fucking.
Yeah, like there are times when Joe says shit that just fucking triggers me on this show, and I was listening to you, and it was like the first time you legitimately got me pissed off. I was like, what the fuck? Ben,
Tetris.
Mark,
fuck Tetris, man.
Mark, I have a little thing against Mark, but it's not even big.
What was Mark's?
What's Mark's?
The fact that he's not playing Red Dead 2 more.
I know, out of all of us, to be
That's the only thing. But I get Mark. Before I do move on to Red Dead, though, before I even thought about getting sick or being in my room in darkness for 20.
What am I doing today?
What am I doing this month?
Yeah.
I went to Nashville. If you all forgot.
Yeah.
And I decided on the game to play on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up only being 2 there on the way back. Started Mr. Robot, and that started another thing in my life. I played Celeste.
Hell yeah.
And beat Celeste.
Hell yeah.
That is also a good game.
That was this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was early this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably should have took notes when I was playing it because I don't remember much of it at this point.
It all does blur together. I got to revisit it before we step into December here.
I mean, I like how kind of each level had a theme, and there was a part 1, and then something would happen in the level, and different things would be added to kind of make it a part 2, maybe the last third of it, not necessarily at the halfway point. That game is tough in the best way ever. And
Well, it's supposed to be a punch in the face kind of
it
game,
is.
right?
No, it definitely is, and it
Yeah.
does the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
all right, you died this many times this
Yeah.
level, and you're like, oh, fuck, only that many? God damn, that's really good.
But it never does the thing where you feel like it's always your fault. It's never the game's fault, which is
Unless you play on a Joy-Con.
well, fair. But yes, right? It's Joy-Con withstanding. It's always I can do this. It's never
There's always that Bloodborne effect. Where
Yeah.
it's
I'm about to say, it sounds
Bloodborne,
like a Souls game right there.
you
It's just-
swung and missed, and the dude fucking buried you.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Games that punch you in the face, like when you mess up, you fucked up. Deal
right.
with it.
You
kinda,
fucked up because
yeah.
you didn't
You and
get
your
out of the way.
friends are dead.
Yeah.
Game over.
Start again.
No, that really good. I liked Celeste. I liked that narrative. I liked the way it closed out at the end.
That's the thing about it. It's not just that it is a really fucking good, tough platformer, but it's the story that it tells through the gameplay, which is something that you can't. I'm sure if I'd think, but me, right now, just trying to flip a switch, I can't think of another game that's done that kind of thing where, the gameplay was so integral to telling the story. I'm sure there's an example, but I'm not.
You mean 3 weeks ago? It's kind of a
Yeah,
memory
yeah,
at this point. I just like that narrative of her dealing with her anxiety and her panic attacks. I'm not someone that goes through that, at least not that I think, or not a lot. But I know people that do that, and it gives me a new aligning tool in a way for me to understand it better. So it's weird that I played a game that I liked a lot and got a cool little perspective of that, and that's not something I've seen since I started playing Hellblade and probably around this time last year.
Yeah.
It is a really solid platformer. It's tough as nails, but it's good. The entire time I think it just lacked another mechanic, and my first thought is some kind of combat system, but it makes sense that she doesn't have a combat system because she's kind of running away. The whole story is her running away from something, but you never really find out what it is, which is a cool thing.
But it also plays into the idea of depression and anxiety,
Yeah.
because you can't run away from those things.
Yeah.
And you can't really identify what it is or where it's coming from. It's just,
and the fact that she can't fight it literally and in the game and in her mind. I think that's just a nice touch to it. But it one level too long for me. I think it outstayed its welcome one level too long.
yeah.
So how
And
long
that
is
was-
it? I'm just looking at it on Steam. How long is it roughly?
I think 5-6 hours, if that,
Yeah,
depending on how quick you get through a there might be a section of a level you get stuck in for a half an hour or 20 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
That could easily be down to 4 hours.
And
if
you know
you're
what's
good at the
fucked
game.
up? I remember there was one, some of that game, I remember being how in the fuck? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm doing it. Why is it not working? And then you take a step 4 pixels to the left, and then you
There's
jump.
a
and
little
it's
spot.
just-
Yep.
you're yeah, it's fucking good. Man.
And,
Yeah, it's
but yeah, the main event for me, from the time I got back, well, even the weekend before going to Nashville and coming back, has been Red Dead Redemption 2, which that excuse me, is a fucking game.
Why?
I just like that game so much. I feel like I'm fucking Arthur Morgan, and I'm hanging out with my boys, Dutch, John, Hosea, Sean, Lenny,
Squad
Charles,
the crew.
fucking everyone, Bill. It's just me and my boys riding out, fucking robbing people on our goddamn horses with our bandanas, getting money, getting jewelry, getting belt buckles, fucking living the life as a goddamn criminal cowboy.
A bandit, right? Isn't that a
I
criminal
fucking
cowboy?
can't. I love this
Me
Matt.
and the boys.
I love this Matt. Oh my God. Go on, criminal cowboy. Tell me more about your goddamn adventure.
This game, it is a slow build. I know Mark was saying like he would love to have that 4 or 5 hour just sit down and get to really just play the game and get lost in it. I had trouble getting into the game for the first 10 to 15 hours, and I was thinking like, oh, this is.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Final Fantasy 13.
The game gets good though, unlike Final Fantasy 13.
All right, go on. I'm with you.
There's stuff to do. You're not just running fucking straight and for the auto battle system. Don't even.
I'm just being a dick. I'm just being a dick. But honestly, like I got through that.
It's a slow burn.
I got through that
will be the
opening
first
bit,
to
and I
admit.
was like, do I want to do this? Why do I want to do it? Tell me. Or why did you do it? Like, what's the draw?
I liked playing it though for that 45 minutes to an hour. I liked doing those 2 missions, but it was just that like in Chapter 1's a prologue. It's actually pretty short, all things considered.
Sure.
Chapter 2 is just a long introduction to all the open world mechanics. So every mission, it's a story mission. You're starting to get to learn like the gang members and how you're fitting into society and the overall setting of civilization is making its way out west and the whole bandit life is dying and you're just one of those gangs that you're running on just borrowed time until shit is gonna come down in a very bad way, either from the law or from another gang or something like that. Something's about to give here. But that chapter 2 is just each mission leads to all right, now you can, rob a stagecoach by going to this location and finding out where one is. Oh, now you have the ability to be a bounty hunter whenever you want to by going to this location. And it was just man, it's one is getting very overwhelming very fast. I don't like the fact that every fucking story mission is turned into a repeatable side quest. On top of all the random encounters, it was just I need to get away from this game. I just want to enjoy it. Maybe part of the slow burn was me just trying to figure out how I want to play the game. But I finally got out of chapter 2. And I won't go into the story too much, but you end up moving to camp locations for the start of chapter 3. And where you end up at with chapter 3, that's when finally the story itself starts picking itself up. And it just sucks that it takes to that 10 to 15 hour mark, or it could take fucking longer depending on how you play this game. Because if you want to start doing the bounty hunts, I'm sure you get lost in that for hours and never play the goddamn story missions again. But chapter 3 sets itself up with you being right outside of a town that's pretty much controlled by 2 families that are rivaling each other, and you and your gang are how can we fucking play these 2 families against each other and then try to do a grand robbery of this town and finally get the money we need to make our way out west permanently. And then, of course, you start doing that and shit happens. And finally, on Saturday, I finally played it for the first time 7 hours straight and just got lost in it.
God damn.
And I it was one of those things where I was oh, I'm on hour 2. Oh, I'm on hour 3. Yeah, I don't know if I want to keep playing. I'm on hour 4. It was I blinked and I was holy shit, I've been playing this game for 4 hours. I just got lost. Finally, the story's picked up. I'm rushing from one story mission to the next. If I see a side mission, I do it. And the side missions, for the most part, have been somewhat equally good. There's been some stuff that's been really good, really well written, and it's interesting. I'm glad I got to spend time with that character I might see somewhere down the road again, or maybe I never will. But it was a good 20-minute mission with that interaction. I mean, some of it was missed too, in my opinion, but the game's doing more good than bad in that direction. But now every regular like yellow like story mission on the mini map or on the map, I should say, it's knocking it out of the park and it's moving the story forward, and I just want to keep playing.
How's it stack up to GTA 5? Or are we talking apples and oranges here? Talking Cowboys and
The boys, man, my boys, John and Lenny and Charles and Bill and Hosea and Sean and Dutch.
Is it?
It's tough because Red Dead is really kind of like, they're not trying to be tongue in cheek or trying to make a satirical.
No, I don't mean that necessarily. I guess what I'm asking is,
like,
gameplay
wise.
No, I know gameplay's different. Like GTA 5, I remember it sounds like what you're describing now reminds me of GTA 5 in the sense that I started that game and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this. This is so wow. And then I kept playing it and it was like, okay, do I want to go over here and do this side mission? Now I got to jump over here and go do so-and-so story and then so-and-so story. And then it was kind of like a battle. And then it got to the point where it was like, how long is this fucking game? And then you come in and you're like, oh my god, I hope this game lasts forever. Like
I know that feeling.
You had that kind of ebb and flow of like, I love this, I want to leave this. I love this, I want to leave this. Is it like that? And I don't know if you had that with GTA 5 or not. I just remember that feeling. And
I remember GTA 5, by the time I hit like the 2/3 mark of that game, I was like, all right, I'm ready for an ending. When does this pick up again? Because it was just kind of drying out for me. And maybe Red Dead would be the same way for me. It's tough for me to tell. According to the story progress, I'm about a third of the way through the main story.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I just enjoy. Now I like that 10 to 15 hours is a pain. It is slow. I like that.
That's a lot of time, man.
When we talk about this game in December, which is inevitable, I'm sorry, but that's going to be his biggest gripe against it, is that first initial 2 chapters. But everything I've played since then, I feel like I'm maybe not well into chapter 4, but into chapter 4. I feel like it's been a solid 9.5 to 10 out of 10. Everything that I'm playing, and like I got to like my first like major like city, like they're the small town, like the small western towns, but I finally got to like my first like civilized town, and I just like for an hour out of those 7 hours, I was playing dress up with Arthur. I was like, oh, I gotta look the part in this fancy new town.
Yeah.
I can't be fucking scrubbed and scraps. I can't have these flies around. I gotta take a bath.
Yeah.
I gotta get shaved. I gotta get my hair cut. I gotta get a new hat, new jacket, and then I just I look like a fucking civilized man now. And after I got civilized, I was like, all right, it's time to fucking shoot some people.
Break shit.
The shooting at GTA shooting. If
it's fine.
If you didn't mind that system, you're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
The other gripe besides the 10 to 15 hours are the control. Like Arthur's a heavy character.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes it's like go right, like fucking just go right, dude. Or hop the fence.
Yeah.
Hop like. We've had some real trouble vaulting. I've done a lot of just fucking nosedives with my horse trying to jump a fence, and it's sometimes it's like that's not my fault. That's like the game didn't fucking do something right. And I ran into some weird bugs, which is to be expected with a game this big. I've seen a couple like just floating beer bottles out in the middle of it.
I don't see a problem there.
I've ran into 2 not mission breaking to the point where like I had to restart the entire thing, but 2 things where like a character did not ever go to where they needed to go.
Fuck
and
that.
It
blood boiling right now just hearing that.
And then like not even to the point where like the character would eventually just like teleport there, because like that's fine, whatever. It's still a fucking video game. Like I realized that, but there was nothing. I tried like shooting at their feet, because you can't shoot the character. He's on your side. But like I tried shooting at their feet or trying just to like do something. End up just having to run out of bounds of the mission territory to get a you failed the
A
mission
failure.
Oh,
to
man,
retry the
sucks.
checkpoint. And sometimes those checkpoints is like the ride to the event all over again. And if you've played Red Dead at any point, you know that ride could be 5 minutes of just dialogue that you have to rehear again.
I think that's exactly the point right there, what you just said, that's going to stop me from jumping back into this game. I don't have the fucking patience for that. And knowing, like, I haven't touched Hitman yet. I still need to beat Tetris. There's other shit that I want to play that shit, I'm just... If I had to do that, how many times have you had to do that?
Twice.
That's
Alright.
twice too much
It is twice too much.
for that
What?
kind of bullshit. Like the whole
Look, you played Fallout New Vegas.
on PC
I'm just saying,
with mods out
The-
the dick.
Bethesda's games, I've ran into a lot more broken shit than what I've run into so far.
The reason why I downloaded the mods was because 90% of the mods were just fixing bugs in New Vegas. No, I'm not kidding. It's just
I know you're
there's
not.
No,
one
there is.
big like mod in quotes, and it just fixes bugs.
My favorite story about New Vegas is from Greg Miller, where he talks about how he had to wear a certain fucking cowboy hat into New Vegas, or if he didn't, the whole game would just fucking crash.
Oh, man.
I believe it.
So, like, with the game this size, with as much as it's going on, and the best part is I'm not seeing, like, the wheels, like, turn. And I don't know if I'm
I get
saying
it.
it the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
way.
yeah, I
Like,
know what you mean.
I'm not seeing the scripting happening. It all feels natural for there to be a floating case of beers in the middle of the road that fell off a wagon or whatever, or was supposed to fall off a wagon. And the 2 mission breaks that, like I said, didn't have to restart the whole mission, but there was one checkpoint that was really bad in my opinion. One, I was like right back to where I was.
Sure, that's fine.
But then the one was it was just a bad checkpoint. I'm willing to excuse those with the experience I've had since
I mean,
chapter 3.
yeah. There's things you can look past. If you can look past it, I guess.
But I love it. I love it. I love the setting. I love the way where they're going with the story. I love the character building. I've kind of had my first one of my boys go down, and it hurt.
Was it Dutch?
It's not fucking Dutch.
Because Dutch is a dude name.
Dude, Dutch is in. Well, spoiler: Dutch is in Red Dead 1.
I didn't play Red Dead 1.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption.
Cowboys
1.
suck.
Dude, fucking get over here, man. Civil War's over. Fuck
Tetris?
Cowboys.
Are you serious?
Tetris is dope.
Tetris, blocks,
Fuck.
Red Dead, Cowboys.
There's nothing wrong with these Cowboys. Like it is Cowboys. You're right, Ben. Congrats.
Nothing
These
wrong
are
with those
dope.
2 statements.
But these are dope Cowboys, and these are my boys: Ben, Dutch, Lenny,
Bunch
Sean,
of cowboys and dope boys.
Hosea, Charles, Bill, Abigail, Jack,
Abigail's
John.
a dope name.
You're just saying names at this point.
They're all characters, and I can't. I swear to God.
Still. Oh, boy. All right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I think I deleted it from my hard drive, to be honest. To make
Did you
room.
really?
Here's the problem I have with that game. Ready?
I'd like a Spider-Man to make room.
I'm
For something.
on the Steam app, which is probably the free cheese app of the Decade Award.
Yes.
And I type
Wait,
Red Dead Redemption. And
Yeah.
Exoplanet First Contact comes up.
Yeah.
That's the problem I got with that game. I am not touching my PS4 anymore. It's done.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, though. That game looks fucking good.
No, I'm
For
not down
PS4.
it. I'm just
Yeah.
I have no reason to pick it up until it comes on PC. It's Rockstar. Shut
It'll
up.
hit PC.
It's coming on
I
PC.
feel like there's like a lot of the trappings like under the hood anyway that already makes sense for it to be. Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with GTA 5.
GTA
right?
5 took a while to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at first they came out on 360, PS3, like right
Yeah, that was a
at
whole
the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like they'll be there. I feel like they've as much said that it. But yeah. I deleted it, I think, when I was installing Hitman, and then I haven't fucking touched Hitman because it's just been a week.
I did play a little bit of Hitman.
How is she?
It feels like Hitman.
Nice.
Can I ask a dumb
the best-
question?
Yeah.
Why is Hitman 2 for free on Steam?
So
Is it like a demo?
What
might be the prologue mission.
There's a weird thing with it's kind of strange. So Hitman Season 1, as it was known, and now just Hitman, was put out season as a season. You could buy the season pass. You buy each map episodically. When they got their and when IO got its independence from Square,
yeah.
the developers decided to put out the training mission that you got as part of the first thing as the free download for you to get a taste of it, so that then you would buy the individual episodes or the season pass or whatever. Season 2, because I bought it, I pre-ordered it digitally, but the download for it is broken up by city. So it almost seems like it was maybe meant to be, this game was meant to be doled out stage by stage the same way Season 1 was. Maybe this was meant to be Season 2, and then with the whole shakeup with Square, it got, I don't fucking know. But, so I don't know. My guess is maybe you download that, they can give you the prologue for free, like they did with the first one, and then you...
Yeah, because on the Steam page, it's Hitman 2, it's listed, when you search for it, it's listed as free. But then there's the standard quotes edition, which is $60. $60. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's
and the standard just gets you the core game with all the whatever. If you own Hitman 1, you get all of that content in Hitman 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is dope. And it's all been retooled with some of the new mechanics from the new game. From what I understand, there's different places to hide and things like that.
I only played the prologue mission. I definitely noticed there is a lot more to pick up and throw.
Awesome.
So that would
nice.
Be a fun
I
part
saw
of
in there ads and stuff fucking fish and blueberry muffins. And...
Yeah, it is crazy. The just in the prologue mission is literally just a beach house. Huh. My ring to go around was a fucking mile radius. It felt like, and I was just going through everything. Oh my god. I'm not walking around this house with this fucking samurai sword on my back. It was amazing.
We'll have some stuff. This week was honestly a weird week for the website. Website was down half of the week because I broke it. Sorry. I haven't had time to do a fucking thing. So I haven't had time to fix the website or play video games or whatever. But we'll get some Hitman with a hammer. Hitman 2 with a hammer recorded and posted.
I can tell you we can skip the training missions.
Great. So we'll jump right into...
Because they are the exact same fucking training missions with the same goddamn cutscenes from the first game.
Weird.
Yeah. Because I was like, what? Oh, there's new ICA. Oh, what's the new training missions? And then I was loading in. I was like, oh, this cutscene's familiar.
Oh, weird.
You don't have to do them.
Okay, all right.
You don't have to do them. But I saw the ICA thing, and I was like, oh, let me.
I wonder if it's because it pulled in the Hitman 1 content.
No, it seemed like it was go right into after the prologue mission. It was to go into story, do training, and when I hit training, it started that cutscene from the first Hitman game.
Weird.
And it's fresh in my mind too because I just had to watch it for the PC version.
Yeah.
I started dabbling with.
Yeah, it's weird.
So then, it was literally the boat. It loaded me into the boat mission. It was back in 1940, whatever. This was a very famous assassination. Oh my god, this is literally the same thing.
All right then.
Go left, kill that mechanic, go in through the crew quarters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So to answer my question, Hitman 2 is free because it's the prologue. It includes access to the ICA facility location.
Yep, that's the jam. Yeah. Okay, so then got it. So the prologue they're giving away with that is just the prologue from the first one. And you buy it, and now I guess...
You might get that beach house mission because the game loads into that mission, I feel like. At least from what I remember. Or you hit a button and it's boom, or you're going into this beach house.
Weird. Well...
Also, is not abandoning the Hitman 1 narrative, so we already didn't know it at the end of Hitman 1, and we're going to continue not to know it
this time around.
Where's it tie in with Hitman? I guess it's called what?
It's just Hitman.
Absolution?
No, just Hitman.
It is a fresh reboot with Hitman.
Yeah, Absolution was
because the original Hitman, you're talking about the...
we're talking the 2016...
2016, yeah.
Hitman. It's like the Halloween from this year.
Yeah.
Why
Almost.
is it not on Steam?
It should be there. I know it's there. because I own it through Humble Bundle through Steam.
Yeah, I just typed in Hitman, and there's Hitman 2, and then there's Hitman Absolution.
I wonder if you're just selling like Hitman 2.
Maybe
Nope,
Hitman.
no. I'm a dumb idiot.
Slayer.
I found it. Yeah, it's Hitman.
Yeah, Absolution was that. That was the last one they did before the reboot,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which it was more linear. It was weird.
Yeah.
So how does this tie in with Hitman
It doesn't.
2? It doesn't?
Oh, Hitman 2?
So how does Hitman 2016 line with Hitman 2, which just...
Direct-
Hitman 2 is a direct continuation of the story.
Do listeners need to play Hitman 1?
If you care.
Dude, no. Look, Hitman 1 is incredible because of the sense of discovery and surprise that you get. If you did not play Hitman 1, I imagine you could just jump right into this. There's probably a recap cutscene, and then you won't know what's going on anyway. The story's not really why you're
Okay.
there. You might want the story. It really, I mean, it's...
Something about shadow targets within a corporation.
Yep.
And it's almost like the Shadow Broker or Mass Effect 2 in a weird way.
Here's what you do. You get a mission objective to kill a person with a thing, or maybe it's not specific about what you have to kill them with, so you load up the mission and you figure out a way to kill them. And that's the fucking fun of it all. Because you have no idea. You're like, oh, does this kill them or just knock them out? If it knocks them out, how do they hit the ground? It's just fun to discover different ways to fuck with that game and the physics of that game. In 2, there's fucking grass that you can duck into, and you can do it right in front of a bunch of people, and they don't know that you're sitting in front of them.
This is literally Assassin's Creed style. It's great.
It's
Okay.
yeah.
The beach house takes advantage of that. It's the beach house, but there's a long stretch of beach that the end of the mission ends up using. And yeah, you just fucking go in the grass.
Yeah. Why not?
Peek out.
Are there any times you have to stack blocks?
I wish.
I wish too, especially if it's done anything like the
Mark?
Tetris effect.
Oh, Mark stack bodies for blocks.
Mark
I like
did
stacking
stack some
bodies.
Yeah.
That
If they
when we
made
got
a Tetris
effects.
game that you just killed people and you had to just
The way their
stack
body is
them
shaped.
up.
I'm sure that's a Newgrounds game.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm an idiot.
And if it's
Yep.
not, it is
Yep,
now.
Yep. It is.
It's called Tetris Disgorge.
Yeah, made by Invader Zim 5420.
Yeah.
Pokemon Let's Go came out this week, and I bought it.
Did.
I bought it.
And you did.
And I did. I was honestly almost, because when I was on vacation, I fell off of playing Pokemon Go, and I was like, do I need to get Let's Go? And then I remembered I already had the goddamn Pokeball ordered, so I was like, well, fuck it. Let's lean all the way into
Let's
this
go.
thing. I still, on launch day, had not received my Pokeball Plus, nor actually purchased the game yet. So I was like, maybe I just won't. I don't know. And then I open up
You just won't come.
I opened the Pokemon Center thing, and I looked. There's no tracking, because I ordered the Pokeball Plus. I pre-ordered it back in like September from PokemonCenter.com. There's no tracking number. There's no anything. And I was like, I mean, what do I don't. So there's a thing where it says, like, have a question? Start a live chat. So I started one. I said, yeah, just a question about order number, blah. Sup? Like, where is it shipped? Is it on the way? When should I expect it? Because if
Have you even confirmed the order?
right, because if I can cancel, because the only status I got back in September was payment confirmed
Yeah.
or payment approved, but not charged, not shipping, not anything.
Probably took that $1 to make sure he's a real account, and then.
Oh no, they took 58.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that charge, but I was like, all right, whatever. But I was like, well, fuck, if you guys haven't shipped it, maybe I'll just cancel it and go buy it in a store if I can find it. So I type that in, and I see it says, like, you're 18th in line. And as I say it, I'm already en route to a fucking store. And I was like, maybe I'll just walk in the store. If they have it, I'll just buy it. Then by the time I get into the store, go, hey, y'all got that Pokeball? I look, and I'm still 16th in line. Fucking close the browser. Like, give me the fucking thing. I'm like, I'm never getting this goddamn Pokeball. So I buy one. Then I leave. Come home, whatever. Like a day goes by, and I get an email that just says, like, sorry we missed you in chat. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure you are. And I look again. There's like a follow-up, and it's like, due to the overwhelming amount of orders that we got, we actually just sent them all en masse, had no time to confirm FedEx shipping numbers, but rest assured that all of these will arrive no later than Tuesday, with many of them arriving Monday. I was like, oh, all right. And I texted Mark, and I was like, you still want one? Because I got two. If not, I guess I got another one. Anyway, Pokemon Let's Go is a remake of Yellow. a reimagining of Yellow, really. Not really a remake.
Yellow.
I got Let's Go Eevee, which is the correct choice to make.
Yeah.
What's the other choice?
Pokemon Let's Go
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Which, no,
Dude, Pikachu's fucking dope.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Detective Pikachu's dope,
dope.
not this fucking Pikachu.
Eevee's dope, though.
Eevee's dope.
I just went with Eevee because I wanted a different experience. Honestly, I think it's all the same fucking
If you
experience.
think about
anyway.
Pikachu's just an electric rat.
I like, so,
Rat.
before we start shitting all over Pikachu, because Pikachu's
No,
dope.
I own Pikachu socks.
Danny DeVito Pikachu's awesome.
True.
Yeah.
This game starts off a little differently. There's some stuff. So I just played Ultra Moon. What was that? Like 4 months ago or something like that. At this point
On Switch.
on 3DS. Remember
the one that came out on Switch too, right?
No.
There wasn't anything on Switch yet.
Oh, I'll jump off a cliff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tetris rules. The 3DS game added a lot of stuff to some of the core mechanics that I really came to appreciate. So stepping into this, I was like, how did that change? What's different? What's whatever? Immediately you're playing it, and if you've played a Pokemon game ever, your muscle memory takes over. You already know what you're doing. You already know where to go. In fact, because it's a remake of games you've probably played through and through over and over again, you kind of literally know where to go. So the game opens up and you start walking into the field as you expect to walk into the field, and Professor Oak's standing there fighting some birds. And he's like, "Oh, hey, you're a boy. You want to poke?" It's the whole thing you'd expect, except this time, Eevee runs out and like starts saying hi to you. Or I guess if you have Pikachu, Pikachu runs out. You go back to Oak's lab, and he's like, "I guess you should pick that," because Eevee ends up like running back to the lab or getting into a ball, or I don't fucking remember. So you end up taking Eevee, and your rival comes by and grabs the opposite. So in this game, it grabs Pikachu. And you've got Eevee, they've got Pikachu, but there's a third Pokeball. You're like, oh, but there's no thing. Like, remember in the originals, you'd walk up, you'd click, and it would go, "That's Squirtle, the water Pokemon." None of that shit. It just walks up. It's like, "That's the wrong one. You need to pick up the one in the middle." And I was like, "Well, I want to know what's in that one." I was like, you want the one in the middle." I'm like, "All right, fine. Give me the fucking Eevee." Eevee doesn't hang out in its Pokeball, though. Eevee rides on your head through the whole game. So you just wander around, Eevee on your head. I think at first it was actually following me, but then the more your bond goes, the more it just climbs on you like some sort of weird fucking simian. And
after 3 episodes of the show, it decides it likes you.
Yeah, when you guys share non berries. And so as you walk into a field for the first time, kind of once you have your Pokemon and whatever, I see a fucking little Rattata running by. And I was like, "Oh, right." Yeah. I was like, "Oh, this game doesn't have random encounters." Because I step into the grass. I'm like, "All right, when?" I'm like, "Oh, right, no random encounters." There it is. So you walk right into it, starts the encounter to catch the Pokemon. That's right. I said catch the Pokemon.
This is what I was saying earlier. Go on.
Because what you're used to in a Pokemon game is when it cuts in and you need to fight the Pokemon and wear it down. And in the first opening act of the game, you're not immediately able to catch a Pokemon. You don't have Pokeballs. So I entered this and I was like, "Oh, right, okay, I gotta fight this thing, and then I gotta get to this. I gotta get to fucking what's the first town after Pellet, wherever the hell Brock is. I gotta get to Pewter City. Is it Pewter City? Someone's out there screaming right now. Pewter City. I gotta get to Pewter City so I can get the thing and then take it back to Oak, and then I get a Pokeball from his assistant, and then I can go catch a Pokemon because he'll teach me. Nope, not at all. In fact, you don't even fight the Pokemon. You start the encounter. The Pokemon's in the center of the screen, and on the left you have 4 options. The first being get ready. You hit get ready and a circle pops up, not unlike Pokemon Go, and then you click a button, or in the case of the Pokeball Plus, shake your controller to throw a ball at the Pokemon in the ring, the same way you would with Pokemon Go. And I've never been so conflicted about a mechanic because
I love it. I'm filthy casual right here. Like I said earlier, I love it. I'm so down for that.
Filthy casual hates Tetris. Yep.
It is.
Makes sense.
I feel like catching Pokemon this way is equally relieving and unwanted at the exact same time. Like, I'm like, no, I should have to, but this is nice. And also, not having the random encounters. I walked through Mount Moon and I was like, I'm going to get me a good-ass Zubat. Let me go find a Zubat. And I look, there's a Zubat. It's no longer, I need to get out of this place because every 4 steps I take, a Zubat appears.
Yep.
You know, and I'm wandering through and I'm like, oh, there's a Paris. There's a Clefairy. I'm going to go get those because that's what I want to do. And also, if I just want to run through this place, I can just run through and just work my way around. It was nice. It was like really relieving. But then also I'm like, this doesn't feel right. But it feels
great.
It's really conflicting. I don't know. But I got through the first gym. I made it through Mountain Moon. I honestly have not played it enough since getting it. Later tonight, I'm going to dive back into it a little bit more. But I think it's a good alternative direction for Pokemon. I don't know if it's what I want. There's some things that aren't here from Pokemon Ultra Moon that I miss. Like when you jump into a battle, you have that ability in Ultra Moon where you see your moves. As long as it's a Pokemon you've encountered before, or rather caught before, that's in your, or maybe you don't need to catch it anymore. As long as you have Pokedex details on that Pokemon in Ultra Moon, your attacks are going to show up and tell you if they're super effective or not effective or whatever against that opposition. This game doesn't have that. And it felt like a step backwards for me where, yeah, I do generally know the types, but there's those times where I'm like, wait, hold on. What's super effective against Fairy?
Fairy. I never remember Fairy.
Like, yeah, I know electricity's super strong against
Fire. Burn it.
Right. Fire. Leaf. Got it. But this, I'm like, Fairy, is it dragon? I don't know. And I don't feel like pulling anything out to look it up.
Dragon a fire type? Oh, let's burn it.
Burn it. Yeah. So not having that felt like a step backwards, but other than that, it feels good to play. And I feel like there's some stuff that I'm not there yet, just because I'm still really early on, but that you'll get a little bit more of the weird nitty gritty stuff if you're looking for that. Even the idea, so in Pokemon Go, you're catching things and you're transferring them all to the professor. And you get candies the more you transfer. And in Pokemon Go, you use those candies to evolve your Pokemon. In Pokemon Let's Go, you have a similar thing. So you catch Pokemon and they are already of a certain level. And they have their own combat power, just like in Pokemon Go. And you can transfer them to Professor Oak to receive candy. However, you don't receive Pidgey candy or Squirtle candy. You receive various types of candy. And I honestly don't remember the names. It might be like quick candy or whatever. But they're going to be candies you can use on any Pokemon to then feed and boost their stats. HP, defense, attack, speed, whatever. Those 6 major main... Mm-hmm. They have that like little hexagon that, you know, fills itself out depending on whatever.
Like Fallout.
So you've got that piece of it. It's good. It's really pretty. It looks really good docked. Like better than I expected. I played on handheld when I first started it, and I was like, well, I want to see what this fucking Pokeball does. I spent now $120 on the goddamn. You think about it, right? I bought 2 of the fucking things. So I was like,
I thought you meant like there was some.
No, I meant I'm an idiot who can't wait until Monday, so I bought another. No, Mark, if you want that Pokeball, but yeah, that thing, I wanted to try it, and the Pokeball. I don't know if it's the way to play this game, but it's certainly a way to play the game.
I would play it that way.
I think it's definitely fun, but I think it's going to take some getting used to. The first time I tried it, I had a total of like 8 minutes because I was on my lunch break and had to get back to fuck with it. But it felt, I was holding it and then I'm trying to move and my character's moving like diagonally from where I expected it to go. And that's just because of the positioning of the thing. And I think in time you'll get used to where to push the joystick or how or whatever. But it does feel really nice. I do like when you catch something using the Pokeball that it kind of, you can feel it vibrating, you can feel the pulsation, and then when the Pokemon is caught, you hear their cry come out, and it's all, I love the science behind it, like it's all done through vibration, there's no speaker in that thing, at least to my knowledge. But I don't know, it's a good Pokemon game.
It sounds like you might have gotten far enough to maybe, or in the regular game, you've seen this stuff. Or how like the random encounters? Like, are there still like the people, the positions to see you and everything like that?
Yep.
Okay.
You can avoid some of them. There's others you must battle, and those are like traditional battles, which is it's nice because you still have what you want out of Pokemon. You have that battling piece, but the catching side of it is much more like Pokemon Go. And I like that a lot.
That sounds like something I would want.
This sounds like a Pokemon game from Matt. This sounds like a Pokemon game for someone who can appreciate the franchise, but doesn't need to get into fucking making a spreadsheet for a living dex. Or
I like that.
Yeah.
So one more time, explain. I asked you off air, but just to get it on air, explain the connection with Pokemon Go.
So the connection with Pokemon Go, you sync your account, and it's kind of, it feels a little antiquated the way you have to kind of go through to set up the syncing process. But either way, I get it because it's a Bluetooth file transfer essentially you're doing. Once it's established, it's no different than transferring Pokemon to the professor in your, if you open Pokemon Go and go to the Pokemon section, you start viewing your Pokemon, you can transfer a bunch of them. It's just now you transfer them, there's a little switch icon. So you send them to Switch instead. However, you can't get them until you make it to Fuchsia City, which is one of the last stops on the map in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Which I get, right? You don't want to throw your fucking most OP
Yeah, you don't want to
Pokemon.
fucking throw, oh god, what's that thing that dominates Go? The Chansey looking motherfucker.
Oh, Blissey?
Yeah.
Well, one, you can't because it's Gen 2. But anyway, but two, you can't, I have Mewtwo. I have several Mewtwo's in Pokemon Go, but it's not going to let me throw them right into this game.
Several Mewtwo's,
Badass.
Hey. Yeah, but I like it. And I'm excited to see what the end game stuff is because I imagine it's going to get there if you want it. Because, to be fair, most Pokemon games do that. You can enter them completely casually and just kind of stroll your way through and whatever. But if you want to add some challenge to it, there is that there. I do have some notes from Mark that I'd like to share because I thought he brought up some good points. Stuff that I was thinking but didn't know how to articulate. I feel like Mark said pretty well. He said that it serves its purpose as a gateway game for newcomers to the series and does a good job of staying true to the original source while still being really refreshing. He said co-op is a nice touch. So co-op in this game works literally by popping a Joy-Con off and turning it on, and then you shake it.
About co-op.
Dude, the co-op is fucking cool. One, you can cheese the game that way. If you're playing by yourself, you just turn on another Joy-Con.
Yeah.
And then you have a second trainer running around with you. And because the game can all be played. Last night, I was fucking doing something. I was eating. I cut up a bunch of cheese, put it on crackers.
Yeah.
Right? A little bit of mustard. Catch that? What up? What up, cheese boy?
Oh, with mustard.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
As I'm shoveling this cheese plate into my mouth with my right hand, I got my left hand just holding my Switch in handheld mode, and I'm playing. You can play the entire game just with the left Joy-Con while balancing your Switch.
What's your third arm doing?
I winked for those who couldn't hear. But you can do it all, and just your selection is by clicking in the joystick and whatever. It's neat. So the co-op mode, you hand a Joy-Con to a friend, or you just use it yourself. You get a second trainer on screen that runs with you. When you go to catch a Pokemon, you throw 2 balls at it. When you go to battle someone, your 2 Pokemon in the party jump in, and you can take out whatever your opposition is. Pretty cool. Mark says it's perfect for that mom says to share genre. Which I like that.
Huh.
He says that it feels like the game should have been released back when X and Y debuted. And I get that because X and Y, I don't know if I agree with that it should have been released back then, but I do get a similar sentiment. It's not that I agree or disagree. I get that thing because X and Y were this big hey, this is the next evolution of the series, and I feel like this is another branch in it. I don't think it'll replace it, and I'm really curious after this to see what happens with the core Gen 8 game. But I can get that X and Y feeling from this. I also want to see the Let's Go series kind of dive a little bit deeper into I like that I'm restricted to just Kanto, but I'm also I want my Chandelure, One complaint Mark has here: how are you going to have Team Rocket and not have Meowth talk? Completely 100%.
That's dirty.
Oh.
Meowth just goes Meryl, and I was like, this is not. You got everything else right. You got Jesse and James right there, and I can hear their voices in my head. And then I'm waiting on Meowth to say suck my, and then he doesn't.
Not
do
expecting
it.
that.
He doesn't do it at all. He says riding Pokemon and having them follow you around is a treat, and I'm glad they took the extra effort to add that or to do that. while the townsfolk are still lifeless and static. Agreed. The townsfolk, I could give a fuck. Like, you know, you talk to them sometimes because you're like, is this guy going to give me an item? I don't know. However, the Pokemon follow button, so it's a little cumbersome to get to it. Like, you need to open your party and then go to your Pokemon and then click on a Pokemon and then hit remove from Pokeball. It's a couple of steps to get there, but once you do, you got whatever Pokemon you want following you around. So,
but I mean, with that though, like think of the first game and think of that menu system to do all that. Like,
oh
it
yeah,
sounds
no,
eerily similar.
Sure. But what's cool is like, I didn't get Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, but as soon as I caught a Pikachu, I had Pikachu running behind me and Eevee on my head. Fucking dope. Now that I got a Zubat, I got the real champion behind me. As soon as I get to Lavender Town, boy, you know Haunter's walking on my back. I saw screenshots of like people who got Snorlax, and when you ride Snorlax, you just give him a fucking hug and he walks you around town. Stupid as shit, but I love it. Mark says this, and he says it using the hand clap emoji, so I'm going to do him justice here and provide the punctuation when necessary. He says, every Switch game should have Pro Controller support.
We're not past the hentai wars yet. Until every game has hentai.
He had a different emoji from when he was talking about hentai, but yeah, the game doesn't have Pro Controller support, which seems a little
that's weird. I thought all games do on Switch.
There's been a few weird.
Really?
Yeah. But this one doesn't. So if you're playing in dock, they want you to do the throwing motion to actually catch a Pokemon. I guess they didn't want it to feel weird to shake the Pro Controller to catch, but in handheld mode, you don't shake, you just click the buttons. I don't know why that couldn't have been. I wonder if enough people, provide that feedback and it'll get patched, but it's weird. He says that no one cares about gyroscope and it doesn't add anything to catching, because in handheld mode, when you go to catch, you have to kind of move the gyroscope to make sure it's lined up right and then press the button and then throw. It just, that part doesn't necessarily feel great, but I guess if it wasn't there, people might go, why didn't you use gyroscope?
Why am I just hitting A or undock the Switch to catch the Pokemon and dock it again?
Jesus Christ. I mean, you get your workout. He says he misses battling wild Pokemon and earning my catches, but don't miss the grind. It's kind of the same sentiment I had. Like,
I don't need to see a Zubat every 5 steps or Diglett.
I don't need the random encounter, but part of me misses the okay, let me wear him down to just the right little nudge, and then let me make sure I put him to sleep.
Nope.
There's part of me but then I'm also like, no, this is better. But I also kind of hate having the green circle on screen. Like, that part makes me a little like...
Fine. I mean, when I played it for half a minute, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, to close it out, Mark says, overall, I really do like this game. It's overall pretty solid for a casual RPG, and I haven't played enough to fully appreciate this game yet, so keep that in mind. I have busted Joy-Cons at the moment. Right. Mark was mentioning to me, texting me, going, motherfuck, because he said both of his Joy-Cons are acting stupid.
Uh-oh.
I got that left one. I think is acting weird.
He said, these bullet points are from a day one veteran player. If this was my first game and my only experience was Pokemon Go, I'd be nothing but smiles. Which, yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, so you haven't made it far enough for, fishing.
Yeah, I haven't done dick.
That's my question. Is, fishing still random? Are you still, pull Magikarps, hoping for something else? Or can you actually see what you're catching?
That's a good point. I don't know. Not sure yet. I will know by next week. I feel like in the next week I can get through that core story.
And 2, is there a Squirtle squad? But I know you haven't gotten that far yet.
Supposedly you find the starters out in the wild somewhere. Yeah, I heard rumor.
If there is a Squirtle squad, or the Squirtle with the sunglasses, bet your ass I will be at the local eShop.
Yes.
Downloading this game.
I feel like we could look it up, but I also don't want to do that. I feel like I want to just discover that and then send you a picture of just a Squirtle with his dick in his hand and his
then
sunglasses
I'll
on.
Send you a picture 30 seconds later of the fucking progress bar in the main menu. And me pre-ordering a Pokeball.
I also wonder if you could transfer the Squirtle squad Squirtle into the game. I don't know. Find out. But yeah, someone when you enter Viridian Forest, someone's like, my friends told me there's a Bulbasaur around here, and I fucking walked through Viridian Forest 1,000 times.
Son of a dick.
I've never found Bulbasaur, but I guess they're out there in the.
There's a
somewhere.
Bulbasaur in that forest. I was talking to someone at work about it. That reminded me. There is one thing. I'm curious to see if Let's Go becomes like a franchise, and he's kind of do this treatment to each of
Generation.
the generations to try to make it that gateway thing to eventually maybe build up someone like maybe not Gen 1 to Gen 2 to Gen 3 to Gen like maybe like Gen 1 and then like Gen 3 and then like Gen 6.
I would.
Because, like, if I have a good experience with this game, like, as someone that knows the 151...
Yeah, you're not going to want to jump into Gen 8 and just have this fucking weird ass...
and then be, like, fucking seeing the goddamn monument statue nose thing. Be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like
that'd
me?
be a hard... to jump from having 151 to, 8, or probably with Gen 8, we'd be over 900 at that point.
And I'm not saying, like, we're going to see, like, 5 Let's Go's before Gen 8 comes out. But I'm saying, like, like, if they release, like, a Let's Go, like, every year and a half, and they eventually get there to the point where maybe it builds into, like, the Gen 8, like, remake that they usually do. Or,
Yeah.
You could build into that, or maybe if you time it out a little bit farther apart, maybe, like, a Gen 9. Yeah, that's quite the future there.
No, but I mean, these are questions I'm sure they're answering somewhere. Like, Gen 8, I imagine Gen 8 is going to be more like 5 was, where you're not going to have any of the originals. Like, I feel like Gen 8, you will get there, right? You'll be able to import them through Pokemon Bank and all that stuff. But Gen 8 is going to be like a hard refresh. Like, your starters are going to be your starters, and everything you catch is going to be nothing you recognize. Everything is brand new, because they did that with, was it 5 or 4? 5, I think. Where it was just like everything was just from that generation, just nothing. And then slowly dole that stuff out. And with the Let's Go stuff, I wanted to do kind of remakes.
And I was thinking, like, like if you were to do Gen 2, like I distinctly remember, I didn't watch much of it, but I remember Brock carrying around that Cyndaquil. You could do like a Let's Go Cyndaquil. And like, I don't know what the cartoons...
Would you want that, or would you want him to do like Let's Go 2? Or would you want like...
I don't know what I want. That is like, I'm sure this seems to be pulling from the cartoon a lot, like Pikachu walking around, like that's directly from the show.
Yeah.
Team Rocket, besides Meowth not talking, with his dick out. Like that is all from the show. And then, in Pokemon Yellow is from the show as well. Like
a lot of
like,
Yellow
I don't know, like I didn't watch a lot of later Pokemon series. I just don't know like how many like Pokemon are notable like Pokemon from those cartoon series you can pull for like a Let's Go, or if you just start rolling with the starters. Be like, Let's Go Cyndaquil and whatever the Gen 3 starters were. And
the only problem you run into there though is like you'd have Let's Go Cyndaquil and Let's Go Totodile, and what the fuck happens to Chikorita?
Well, you just pick 2. You pick 2, then have the people that like that third Pokemon Flame. Can't be worse than Diablo Immortal.
I'll say, so I had there is something in that third Pokeball that you see at the beginning of this game.
There you go.
And someone fucking posted it on Reddit without spoiler marking it. So I know who's in it, and it makes total sense. But
Professor Oak. It's a weird
Professor
Pokemon.
Dope.
But I can see moving forward, like I could see it being Pikachu and Eevee 2. Like I don't know. Either way, I like this game. It's not. It's very passive. Like I don't feel like it's not a chore. It's not whatever. It's not what Pokemon's been in the last.
I knew it was relaxed from the time that someone kind of explained it to me, like, "Hey, you can get through a cave without seeing a fucking Zubat."
I mean, you see them. You just don't,
have to deal with them.
I got one follow me now, though, for the time being.
I don't want Zubat following me.
Who would you have follow you of all the Pokemon?
Of all the Pokemon, obviously a Squirtle with sunglasses.
Not a Chandelure?
I don't know what that is.
Ben?
The one with the mullet.
Fuck yeah, dude. Bag on?
Yeah, man.
Oh, no. I know. Fucking, Lohan. Or who's the fucking stoner?
Lotad. Oh, fuck
we
yeah,
fucking
dude.
blazing it.
Fuck yes, dude. I'll just sit
a
on top of that little
giant puff of
pad.
smoke all the time above my trainer.
These Gen 3 shit. I don't like this shit.
You know, like Lotad?
Lotad's
And
fine.
then fucking nose pass with the little nose hairs falling out.
Dude,
on the
Lotad's
trail.
fucking dope.
I just like all the. I don't. Gen 3. Lotad's dope. Lotad's dope.
Yeah. Which one's? What about Nose Pass? Which one was he in?
3.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah, potentially.
You haven't seen his evolution yet. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's true.
I was triggered by Nose Pass 1. Wait till you see Nose Pass 2.
Yeah. Well, somehow we've made it to an hour and 40 minutes.
There it is.
Was there any big news this week?
Yeah. Fallout 76 blew up. Legit blew up.
Oh, yeah. Someone tossed over. I saw this on Reddit today, actually.
Oh, there was actually really big news this week. I forgot.
Game. Someone, like, trashed a GameStop, like, flipped over all, like, the gift card things and threw games on
Really?
the ground and shit because they couldn't return their copy of Fallout 76.
Oh my god.
Why can't you return your copy of Fallout
Because
76?
it's GameStop and they're fucking stupid.
Maybe.
Anyway, they were trying to return it because the game was bad.
Sure.
And they couldn't, so they flipped out and fucking trashed the GameStop.
I wish there's like footage of that somewhere. I want to see that.
It says there's on Reddit, they have the aftermath of it, but it's not the actual, like...
Oh, really? Oh, there's
Yeah.
like pictures of it?
Just someone filmed it, like, dude, like, show it. It's fucking trash.
I know what I'm doing when I'm getting home.
Well, then I guess we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with some. We'll do news kind of quick, but
Rapid fire.
yeah, rapid fire, fire after this break. Detective Pikachu is a real movie. Did you guys watch that trailer?
I did today.
I scrubbed through it.
What'd you think?
It's weird, Ryan Reynolds. Besides that, though, I think I can get used to it. It's just weird.
Yeah.
That was my first time watching it, my only time watching it. However, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I like the style of the Pokemon. They're
What
the
is
ones
that?
that are supposed
What
to
is
be
that?
cute
I like
are
it.
cute, and the ones that are supposed to be kind of terrifying are terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I love that fucking bitch face that Jigglypuff gives.
Yo, Jigglypuff is probably my favorite Pokemon in that whole.
Just gives those eyes like, you bitch.
It's good. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that only their homie could understand them.
Only-
That's
something exclusive to Detective.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because Faith was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, during the trailer, it's just Pikachu, Pika, and she's like, yeah, only the friend can understand.
It's something specific to like that dude's whatever. Like, because the whole premise, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you played the opening of it, was that the dad was a cop and Pikachu was his partner, and now the dad's missing, and that dad was the only one that could understand that Pikachu, and now his kid can understand him too as they look for the dad.
That's a cool little story.
And I want to say, like, it
thing
was
there.
an accident. There was an accident, and the dad's gone missing since the accident.
Sure.
And I want to say Detective Pikachu was part of it, but he also doesn't remember what exactly happened.
Yeah.
And then it's you and the boy. Is it James? Whoever his name is. Piecing it together.
Yeah. Something fun that kind of came out of this was a Kotaku article where this dude, RJ Palmer, I remember when Kotaku posted this 6 years ago, dude draws Pokemon as if they were realistic dinosaurs.
I remember that.
And that article and his whole online portfolio led to him working on the Detective Pikachu movie to try and get those designs kind of
That's cool.
fleshed out. Which
Look good.
yeah, and then
I
like
feel
going
really
back and
good.
looking through some of his sketches through this thing, it's like, fuck, I can't wait to see some of these things in this game. Or movie, rather.
I love the amount of times this week I've seen that fucking Pikachu meme.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the mouth open.
Yeah.
I love it. I laugh every time. I don't even know why.
I also really like...
It's the same thing as the Doot. Like, the Doot, every time I see
Oh, yeah,
a
the
Doot,
Doot.
it just makes me fucking laugh.
Who was the other one in there that was really good? I forgot. Mr. Mime.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was really good.
Yeah, I didn't expect that movie to look like. Now I'm like going back through and looking at this dude's fucking designs, and they're goddamn dope. Yeah. Mark brought up the fact that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds might be coming to PlayStation 4, and indeed it is on December 7th. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is coming to PlayStation 4.
Can you say other than... Oh, good.
Huh? What
You're about to say something else.
Oh, and if you pre-order, you get to play as Nathan Drake,
Yeah.
or get Ellie's backpack.
Cool.
How much is this? Like 30?
That's what it was on Xbox. So to get it, the base game is 30. The Survivors Edition, which gets you, I don't remember.
No, I can't sell the crates on PS4.
Yeah, no. I don't know if I
It's a hard pass.
yeah.
Can't sell the crates.
All about the crates.
But hey, if you're someone who did not have access to that game, I think it's still worth experiencing. I think we've just kind of, yep, got it, seen it. It was great, but
Not if you own Black Ops.
I
I think at this point now, if you're on a console, Black Ops is your definitive.
Yeah.
wow.
Because PUBG doesn't play well on console. It like the control, like besides it not running well on your S, I mean like it ran fine, whatever.
Yeah,
The control scheme is a fucking clusterfuck.
true.
It's so much cleaner on Black Ops.
True.
Yeah.
Speaking of Xbox, Hyperkin has officially licensed a classic pack for Xbox One X Collector's Edition. So this is it a console N? No, it's just the controller. It's a Duke style controller, but it's transparent green in the same way that the old weird limited edition Xbox was. Yeah, I don't know. It looks really cool. It also comes with a Game Pass card with a free month of Game Pass. And what am I missing? Oh, and then a skin for your Xbox One S. So you can make your Xbox One S, sorry, X, look like the original Xbox. It's kind of fucking cool. It's $90. You get the skin, the controller, and then a month of Game Pass, which that's fine. I think it's neat. Adi Shankar, executive producer behind the Castlevania series on Netflix, announced not what we expected, but still exciting nonetheless, a Devil May Cry series. Which this is part of a multiverse.
Yeah,
so it's
that was a head scratcher.
crossing
Great.
over.
Great.
Does it need to?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
Why not? You know, fuck it.
Yeah.
We should be a multiverse with something.
It's called a bootleg I don't know. We have a multiverse. That's right. The free cheese. Tetris rules. And to bring our news to a close
Every
this
multiverse
week.
needs a villain. Ben's obviously the villain.
That's true.
The villain's always right.
Speaking of multiverse, I've read a lot of comic books this week.
Really? Comics
God.
are dope.
Dude, it feels good to be back in it. I bought Grant Morrison wrote Green Lantern, and it's fucking cool as shit because he goes back. It feels like a Silver Age comic, but it's also Grant Morrison, so it's fucking weird and dope. There's a fucking booger that's a Green Lantern. Some dude's finger gets cut off, and that finger becomes a Green Lantern.
Nice.
It's fucking good. Go buy it. Just buy it and read it. It's really fucking good. I also started reading DC's Metal event, written by Scott Snyder, drawn by Greg Capullo, the dynamic duo team that brought you 2011's Batman. It's exploring the origins of DC's major superheroes, where apparently there's some weird dark ass fucking metal shit that's underground that created the archetypes that are Batman, Flash, and Wonder Woman and Superman. Comic books are dope.
They are.
it felt cool to jump back into them again. And with that, we'll move into our biggest news story of the week. Sony Interactive Entertainment will not be hosting its annual press conference or showing up at all during next year's Electronic 3.
I think the showing up at all is the bigger news there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first time in E3's 24 history that PlayStation will not be attending the event. Inside the Entertainment Software Association, or ESA's announcement of the 2019 show, it was kind of buried in there that PlayStation will not be there. It's also the second time, if you recall. I mean, typically we've come to expect that PlayStation Experience would be in December, and that was Sony's whatever, and that was another show that was not happening this year. This is, of course, in the wake of this year's E3 for PlayStation, which was notably a bit weird, but still had some announcements. But it was definitely a smaller show and a different presentation than we've come to expect. When asked about PlayStation Experience in September, Sean Layden said, "Now that we have Spider-Man out the door, we're looking down in 2019 to games like Dreams and Days Gone, but we wouldn't have enough to bring people all together in some location in North America to have that event. We don't want to set expectations really high and then not deliver on it." I don't know.
It's weird.
It's real weird. But there it is. PlayStation not at...
I mean, I agree with that statement, though. Of like, if you got nothing to show, don't show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
It's a
sure.
lot more disappointing showing up and showing us shit we already know or shit that's just shit.
Yeah, I mean, if they came again next year just to show us fucking Days Gone, I would...
Yeah.
Well, it should be out the door by then.
I know, but maybe it won't be.
Days Gone DLC.
No.
You are going to have that.
I
Better be Siphon Filter related.
I also heard, I mean, this is like me hearing, but whatever. Some just random interview with Microsoft, and they were talking about, I forget who it was, so forgive me, but that directly, like, moving into this next generation of things, not really seeing Sony as a direct competition in the gaming space, because Microsoft is branching out, trying to get Windows 10 to be more of the Xbox brand, and like that kind of thing, where I think the idea is that there's not going to be an excuse to have gaming on whatever platform you have with projects like xCloud and whatever. So it's not really that PlayStation's the competitor. It's more the time, for other entertainment is going to be the competition, which I feel like, Nintendo said some years ago as well. I don't know, games are weird, but also E3 is not what it used to be.
It's not that important, unfortunately.
There's so many ways for companies to get their messaging out that they can control more directly.
Yep.
PlayStation
and for a lot
specifically.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation specifically has PlayStation Blog, and they've had it for years, which brought back things like PlayStation Underground. Like, you don't need to do that shit. Why compete for news in this fucking packed week? I mean, granted, E3 has always been everyone's fucking hypersenses and acutely tuned into everything. But why do that when you could just go out on a random Tuesday in fucking April and go, yo, check this shit.
Which Nintendo's doing.
Yeah.
With their
I was gonna
direct.
say, I mean, remember how weird it was when Nintendo was like, "Hey, we're not on stage. We're gonna be doing this video thing."
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, fucking Nintendo's done. Wii U sucks. Everything sucks. They're doing these dumb videos." And now, like, you wake up, Monday morning?
Yeah.
And
Is
it Monday or
Tuesday? Tuesday morning. There's a direct.
And the direct, the norm.
Yeah.
And it leads right into their treehouse, which, the thing is, they're present at E3 still. And that's where I'm saying, like, I think the Sony just not even being there is just fucking weird.
That's pretty weird, because you think now, especially E3 is a public show. So that would be like, it'd be the equivalent of them pulling at a Gamescom at this point, which Gamescom is like, there's so much foot traffic and fan service that happens that seems a little weird, but.
Something in the pipeline just, it didn't fucking go. I don't know if it's the Last of Us. I don't know if Ghost is, like, slowing down, or something happened with Ghost. Like,
do you think those are all still PS4 titles?
What's in 2009?
Ghost of
Tsushima. That
Oh.
yeah, that samurai game from the people that did
Sucker Punch.
Yes. What the fuck after Dreams and Days Gone do they have
I mean, you got Death Stranding.
in the year 2024?
On PS5, not on PS4. It's not coming out on PS4.
I'm saying like 2019.
2019, I imagine, is going to be the beginning is Dreams, and then White Trash James Franco, and then the fall you're looking at Death Stranding and
Death
Ghost.
Stranding's not
You
coming
are
out
not-
next year. We're not getting Death Stranding
You're
next
not
year.
getting Death Stranding next year. They've done 5 goddamn trailers and you can't put a date or a year or anything on it. They can't even say like a. I would accept at the Game Awards. I know you said you were screaming last week about the Game Awards. I would accept a trailer at the Game Awards with a date with the time span of 2020 to 2024. I would take that at this point.
No.
Because
You're
it's
going
something.
to get Game Awards. You're getting a 2019 release date,
When's Game Awards?
December 6th.
Oh. Just like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I just don't think they have anything in 2019 fall. They're gonna double down on the third party support.
Well, I think what happens is next spring you announce PlayStation 5 that it's coming.
I don't think they're even announced PlayStation 5 next year. Do you really think they're going to announce it next year? Honestly, I mean, we'll probably get
You
like
do
a.
it-
We're
they're
getting
doing it
Or
late.
no, they do it late. They do it late because Xbox is going to be at E3 with its 2 new, or maybe right, because I don't think consoles are coming until 2020.
The new ones? No,
Yeah.
they're not. I don't even think they're coming 2020.
No, I think fall 2020 is when they're coming.
It's 2018.
Ray tracing would be the norm by then.
I'm telling you that because only because Microsoft just did that 2-year financing plan
Okay.
for Xbox One X. You don't do that shit unless you don't tell people, "Hey, come buy a console that we're going to give you a loan for 2 years." And then in a year, put out another console and piss those people off. Not without having some sort of trade-in program or something that gets you. If that was the case, if they had come out and said, "Hey, here's this fucking program to buy an Xbox at our stores," and in a year, when a new Xbox comes out, you can trade in this one, like certain carrier plans with phones and shit like that, then you got a different story. This to come out and say, "Buy an Xbox One X for a 2-year financing period," that kind of tells you 2 years, there's probably going to be something.
Yeah, I mean, because if you follow the PlayStation 4 roadmap, they had that event
February.
and then in
13.
E3, they were like, all right, here's the fucking box that you all were crying that you didn't see at the goddamn event.
Right.
um,
It was February at the reveal. E3, June was the thing, and then November was launch, right?
yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah, because that's, that was wasn't that the Destiny E3?
Yeah.
And then Jack Tretton, in all his glory, dropped his fucking pants and said, $3.99, you all can share games.
I remember that. That was a magical time.
God.
you gotta pay for PlayStation Plus now.
Dude, that was the best pseudo announcement I think I've ever seen. Because I saw, like, oh, you have to pay, but it's $3.99.
It was such a weird fucking time.
Yeah, because that's just what it. Ugh.
Yep.
I wonder. That's why. I wonder. What if they had a big plan to bring back Jack Tretton for E3, and they were at the signing. They were at the table to sign, and Jack Tretton saw the money and was like, "I need $5 million more to get up on that stage." And they're like, "Ah, shit! All right, we got to go to the accountants. We can't scratch E3.
Where's Jack Tretton's money?
Look, Jack, we can't make $5 million right now. Give us 6 months. We got $5 million. We'll have a special event. You're gonna fucking say the words PlayStation 5." And Jack's like, "It might be $10 million by then."
Straps in his PlayStation VR, plays some fucking Tetris Effect. He's like, "I'll see y'all in March."
My high score of 15 billion in Tetris Effect. That's how much money I want to appear on that stage. Sony's like, "Dude, we got it. Sell Gaikai right now."
Fucking, if we wake up tomorrow and Gaikai's been sold,
Jack Tretton's coming, baby.
Speaking of tomorrow/today, as you listen to this podcast, it's the 12th anniversary of the Wii. And I'm just thinking back to right now, 12 years ago, Ben and I were fucking freezing cold outside of a Best Buy.
Yep.
Playing Mario Kart DS and
That was dope.
hiding from cops.
That was dope.
Not really from cops, but
Mall.
fake ass security guards.
Well, not even mall security.
Magnet
Yeah.
cops.
Oh, dude.
Remember that?
Fuck yes. I remember playing Smash Brothers and eating Taco Bell. What a fucking time.
Times.
That was times. Did one of us ride in the trunk? No.
We did that though.
Of course we did that.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever ride around in trunks?
Not like I've done it one time for a space thing. Not like
Well, yeah. It was always for a space thing. It wasn't just for like.
I didn't look
to get your
forward to
kicks.
riding in the trunk.
Dude, I volunteered for the trunk. That was my jam. Kids,
Great.
kids. I'm not condoning nor endorsing or encouraging riding in a trunk, but dude, I rode in some fucking trunks. That was the jam.
That was fun.
That was, dude, it was like, hey, where we're going? Oh, we don't have room to all fit. Do we have two cars? Nah, it's cool, man. I got this. Let me climb in that trunk.
Yeah.
wrong?
It was dope.
That was the best. But we didn't do trunks on the Wii night. The Wii night, we just hung out in sleeping bags. It's fucking good. That's real good. Anyway, that's a podcast. That's a Free Cheese episode 274. Next week, we should be back to normal.
And Jack Tretton. We're bringing Jack Tretton.
Jackie T.
Jackie.
It's coming.
Send us your best Jack Tretton stories.
I agree. Also, where's Jack Tretton's money?
Where is it?
Where is
Where in the world Jack Tretton's
I
money?
will give
Hold
$100.
Who was I with the other day when we saw fucking Carmen Sandiego? There was a woman walking
You
towards
found her?
Yeah, woman walking towards me, decked out in a full ass. I was like, and then whoever was with was like, "Is that a Carmen Sandiego?" I was like, "Yes, yes, it is." God damn it. Anyway, yeah, we should be back to normal this week. Hopefully the website's back to normal. I don't fucking know. I gotta deal with that. Part 2, we will have no Under My Umbrella today, but we should be back on track for next week. We'll
I'm
have
healthy
Hitman.
again.
Yeah, Matt's healthy again. We'll have Hitman. We'll have stuff. I still want to look at Tetris Effect, but I don't know how we capture that and really emphasize what it is, so I don't know what the fuck to do with that game.
We can always just have Ben scream at a TV. That's a different way
Just
of
put a
doing
camera
it.
on Ben screaming at a TV. We've also, what's the other one? Maybe we'll look at Let's Go. I don't know. And at some point when I have a day off, I will finish editing some of that secret project stuff Mark and I have been working on. Maybe that can get out there before November's out. But with that,
Send mail. How are you dealing with the times of the hentai wars and
The great hentai wars.
and wasabi stories?
yeah.
What else have we been trying to get?
Wasabi, soup.
Oh, the soup, the great soup wars.
Yeah.
The hentai wars.
We had
Red Dead 2 stories. How are you and Dutch getting along out there in the wild?
We do need some listener mail. I know you're out there. So if you're out there, give us some feedback, but also send us some stories. Ask us some questions. Go to thefreecheese.com. Follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at some Free Cheese. Ben is at Seb Benz. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese Podcast at thefreecheese.com is where you can send some electronic mail. That's going to do it. Enjoy Thanksgiving if that's a thing you're going to do.
Get fat.
Enjoy Black Friday if that's a thing you're going to do.
Get broke. Steam sale's coming.
Yep.
Yep.
Get ready.
God,
Fall
did
sale.
one just end it?
I know.
I know. Because then after that, you got winter sale. So many sales.
That's the jam. That's the jam. I
I have a game idea.
You have one?
The Jack Tretton experience.
Tell me, describe this.
A day in the life of Jack Tretton, and you live it. You just live it.
Now, is it first person, third person?
Third person, so you bring in all the glory of Jack Tretton's character model.
Sure. Oh, yeah, of course. You want to feel that power. I get
And
that.
you, in a weird way, I know Rockstar games have a tendency of having like a heavy character where like Arthur doesn't go
Sure.
right, but like it's because of Jack Tretton's power. He
And
doesn't.
that makes sense, yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't want to go right,
No.
even though you're controlling him. He's like, no, fuck you. I'm Jack Tretton. I don't want to go right. I want to go straight.
That's right.
and then you decide how much money he makes in a day.
But it doesn't matter what you say, because what Jack Tretton wants, Jack Tretton gets. So wherever you take him, it doesn't matter. He takes himself.
Oh man. And then like the sequel is actually a prequel, and you get to decide how that PS4 conference goes. And
But it doesn't matter.
You charge $600 a month for PlayStation Plus. That's required, but everyone's still fucking cheering.
Well, you do that, but then even though you choose all those prompts, Jack Tretton still walks out on stage, and it doesn't matter. The timeline's already set. You can make the decisions all you want, but Jack Tretton's going straight. Jack Tretton's going straight. And with that, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.